Today in our 2017 Ford F-150, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the WeatherTech Easy Install No Drill Mud Flaps for the front and rear, part number WT110050-120050. It's also available for the front only using part number WT110050, and for the rear only using part number WT120050. So here's what our WeatherTech mud flaps look like once we have them installed. Now these are not only going to protect our vehicle, but also our trailer for any kind of road debris and anything flying up that may cause damage to the bottom side of our truck or any cargo that's on our trailer. Now it's going to come with the rear and the front as well, so we're going to have a whole set. Installation is going to be rather easy, and we're not going to have to drill anything at all. It's going to use the factory mounting points along with a quick turn knob that we're going to be able to attach directly to the fender. It's going to come with the tool to tighten up and secure the quick turn knob, and the fasteners are going to be stainless steel, so we're not going to have to worry about any kind of rust or corrosion. Now these are custom designed, so they're going to follow the contours of our truck perfectly, and the material they're made out of is a thermoplastic resin, so it's going to have an extra long lifespan on them. So if you're looking for some mud flaps to either replace or upgrade the ones that you have on your truck, these are going to be a great option that we're not going to have to drill into our truck, and they're also going to protect our truck from any kind of road debris. So now that we've gone over some of the features and seen what they look like, let's go ahead and show you how to get them installed. So we're going to start on our driver's side front here. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn the wheel all the way to the left, so we have a little bit more working room right here. At the very bottom of the fender liner, we're going to have two fasteners that we're going to have to remove. So you're going to want to grab a 5.5 millimeter socket, and we can pull those two out. You're going to want to hold on to the hardware as well. Now if we come down and just right behind that, we're going to have a plastic push pin fastener that's holding in it as well. So you're going to grab a flathead screwdriver or a trim panel tool or whatever you can get in there. You're going to want to go underneath and try to pry it out and pop it out. So we can go ahead and pull our chip guard off here. Now there is another plastic clip holding it in place. So again, you just take a trim panel tool or a screwdriver. I'm just going to pop that out of there. And the chip guard is not going to get reinstalled. Now behind that plastic guard we're going to have two bolts. We're going to want to remove that front bolt right here towards the front of our tire. But again, we're going to hold on to that hardware. I'm using a 10 millimeter socket to pull it out. So we're going to grab our mud flap now. Now at the very top here we're going to notice that it has a little cam mechanism. You're going to want to look, and it'll have a little lock symbol and an unlock symbol and a little silver tab. You want to make sure that that silver tab is in the unlocked position. If it's not, you can reach over to the other side and just rotate it until the black piece is on top and the silver piece is all the way against that edge. So we can take our mud flap and we're going to line it up with the holes that are in our fender and below. Then we can take the included hex key and we're going to slowly tighten that bolt. Now it will rotate into the locked position, that's okay. And we're just going to tighten that bolt while we're pressing against the mud flap up against the fender liner here so it has a nice snug fit. It should stop on that lock position, and you're going to snug it up until it's nice and snug. You don't want to go crazy tightening on it, but you just want it nice and snug. Then we can take our factory fasteners and loosely put them back in place. Then grab that 5.5 millimeter socket and tighten them up. Then we can put the other bolt towards the back of our truck back in place. Get it loosely started. And then grab that 10mm socket and tighten it up. Now on the back side, again on the left-hand driver's side, we're going to have two plastic pushpin fasteners holding this piece on the bottom, as well as one on the underside that's holding it in place. So again, just take a trim panel tool. We're going to pop those plastic push pins out. And if you're having trouble getting them out or they break, that's okay. We can just go ahead and pop that out or cut the back side of it because these aren't going to be getting reinstalled. And just take a pair of cutters, cut it off, then we can pull the excess out the back. Now again, we're going to take our mud flap, make sure it's in the unlocked position. We're going to line up our holes with the factory holes. We just pulled those push pins out. Then we're going to tighten up that bolt using the included tool. And when you're tightening, you just want to make sure you keep pressure against the fender. And again, you don't want to go crazy tightening, you just want to get it nice and snug. Now to secure the mud flap in the other three locations, they're going to provide us with some screws. And we're going to take a flathead washer. Go on the outside of that. We're going to go through the mud flap and then secure it on the back side with a nut. So if you come behind the fender here, you'll be able to get your hand in and get the nut in place and snug it up from the back side. And then we'll get that final one on the bottom in place as well. Now to snug up my hardware, I'm going to take a 7/16 wrench to hold the nut on the back side and a Phillips head screwdriver so I can tighten down those bolts. We'll repeat that for all of our hardware. So with our driver's side in place, we're going to go ahead and repeat that same process for the passenger side. And then I'll finish up your look at the WeatherTech Easy Install No Drill Mud Flaps for the front and rear, part number WT110050-120050 on our 2017 Ford F-150.
Thanks for watching. Click the link in our description below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com and leave a comment if you have any questions.